that we have singular stories in life, but we have a common destiny. All this is done in ensuring that you try to rebrand yourself, so that in the near future you are going to impact the lives of people, as you intend to share a common destiny. And that is why we are trying to learn as much as possible the modalities of Kenyan governance structures, is of how youths operate in Kenya. What are the challenges facing the youths? How can we use law as a tool of change? And as a matter of fact, as we say, Bwana Javan, you are my colleague in the University of Nairobi School of Law.
Yeah.
And we can commonly agree that law is the most important tool that we can use to liberate our people, to bring progress in our country, and also for intellectual fulfillment. So in as much as we are taking law, we are also trying as much as possible to learn from our leaders who are in power, so that we know how could we possibly inculcate the values that we are learning in class, the concepts that we are learning in class, the skills that we are gaining from our fellow lecturers, and the wider environment, so that we can apply it in the near future. Yeah.
So tell me, what are these things that are currently happening in the government that you as an aspiring leader, you don't like how they are done, or maybe you'd give recommendation or how they are supposed to be done?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what are these things that are not done the right way currently?
Okay, I must confess that of course in every good society, there cannot lack some setbacks, or rather some challenges that may try to hinder progress. That is in any society. And in Kenya, we have experienced a wide range of progress in terms of the legal frameworks, in terms of economic power. Every aspect of Kenya has experienced progress. And most importantly, when we look at the Constitution of Kenya, recently we had an engagement with the Katiba Institute as they were launching their new book on the Constitution, the 2010 Constitution implementation, and how it has not fulfilled its main purpose. And it was evident that indeed the Constitution of Kenya 2010 is still a work in progress. And this is what we are looking at, possibly because Kenya, we have not settled issues to do with corruption. This is an issue that must be fought tooth and nail. How are we as youths going to fight this vice in Kenya? Issues to do with insecurity. How are we going to use law? Is it by using a legal pressure, or rather a legal force to pressurize the executive to issue executive orders on the implementation of their security functions, or rather their security roles? We also have issues of education challenges. You realize that in as much as we are in Kenya, there are students who are not enjoying the concepts, or rather the services of free primary education, in as much as it was implemented by the late president, and may God rest his soul in peace, President Moi Kibaki. So these are some of the challenges that we need to look at. There are people who are dying in hunger in the 21st century in Kenya, while people are, it's like these are two worlds. Kenya is, is divided into two worlds, where we have those ones on the upper echelon and those ones on the lower echelon. The ones on the lower echelon are suffering because of poor governance, that entails corruption and all these other vices that all of us are aware of. So these are the issues that we need to delve in and provide the solutions to them.
So do you believe this social stratification, like there are people of a higher class and a lower class, do you believe that this thing can be eradicated from the society?
There have been different economic models that have been brought up by different leaders, not only in Kenya, but also in in different first world countries like even the USA, Germany, Belgium, and I was even recently looking at the dreams of the powerful dreams of Singapore as a documentary of how Singapore grew or rather progressed as an economic power in the world. And it's very important to note that Singapore was at one time, in the 20th century, was at one time at equal levels with the Republic of Kenya. I don't know where we lost track, but I believe that someday we are going to realize our potentials and get back to track. But this is what I want to say, that there is a difference in class in Kenya which is affecting our people. That is something that we must accept. When it comes to economic models, famously, there is one that was evolved in the United States of America, and it is now almost being adapted in Kenya, called the bottom-up economic model. Then we have the trickle-down economic model. My issue is this: the trickle-down economic model is so good, and it's as equal as the bottom down. Is it the bottom down
up.
The bottom up economic model? Both these concepts, they are productive, but the question is this: who are the ones to implement these economic concepts? If we have the right leaders in Kenya, if we have leaders who have the right interests for the people, then any economic model can work for us. And that is why it is a campaign, it is a general campaign, it is it is an intention, it is a conviction to every soul, to every young child in any part of Kenya, to nurture the spirit that we need every single time to elect competent leaders.
Do you believe that one day the youth of Kenya will rise against these government vices, societal vices that are happening?
I want to remind you of the words of a former president of the United States of America called Ronald Reagan. He was one of the best presidents, in the United States of America. And when there was a crisis between the United States of America government and the Germany government, when there was a war over the Berlin Wall, he famously initiated a common term that has been used up to date. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Tear down this wall. A wall that separated people, a wall that separated progress, and a wall that instilled fear. And relating this tear down concept to Kenya, I want to dare the youths in Kenya. Let us tear down this wall. Let us open the door for our progress. And it's like you have asked me, I know that one day the youths of Kenya are going to unite. But my question is, what are the youths of Kenya going to unite for? They must unite for a purpose, and this purpose is progress. This purpose must be a positive purpose. We are not going to unite to support drug abuse. We are not going to unite to support robbery with violence, but we are going to unite for a purpose. Yeah.
I'm happy about that. So you dream of a better Kenya?
I know that Kenya will one day wake up.
And do you say that maybe one day, if you are the leader of Kenya, a leader in Kenya, then this change will be because of you?
Not because of me. It is a common adage that says, if you want to sweep the whole world, you don't buy a big broom. You simply tell everyone to buy a broom and sweep their own compound.
Yeah.
Literally speaking, it means that change begins with you. How am I going to influence change from within to the outside world? The small acts of compassion that I do, or rather that I take, are the ones that are going to stimulate change to the whole world.
So you believe that it's possible?
It is possible. Nothing is impossible under the sun. You are asking me that question as if you also don't believe.
No, it's like, you know, these people promise.
Yeah.
During the elections, they promise heaven on earth.
Mm-hmm.
And
that is,
miraculously, people believe them.
And that is where we go wrong.
Yeah.
Because, and sorry for interfering, of course leaders promise heaven, but they cannot even, they promise us heaven, but cannot even provide earth for us.
Okay.
They have consistently provided hell. But let me ask this: if we be realistic, if we, take our people through civic education, and the problem with Kenyans is that they always assume they are not conversant with the roles of their. Let me give credit to only 3 people that come to follow them and follow their life stories with a lot of admiration.
Okay.
Number 1, as I've always said, Barack Obama.
Okay.
He has been of great inspiration. If you listen to his stories, they are of great inspiration. The story of the former president of the new South Sudan, General Garang Dimabior. He said this, that as we go to the bush, some of us may not enjoy the fruits of what we have worked for. And therefore, he predicted that there will one day, so painfully, a boy, or rather a man, will take a panga, cut his piece of land, and sell it for a bottle of soda. This is not the world, or rather the Africa, or rather the Kenya, or rather the society that we wanted. People who fought for the change that we are enjoying today. We must also fight for a change that our generations are going to enjoy. That is what I stand for, and that is what I'm going to consistently ask every colleague with the same rank.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you'll say before we conclude?
I would want to wish every Kenyan in every single part of this country, or rather even in the diaspora, that let us maintain peace. Peace is the only thing that we should hold dearly during this electioneering period. And I will kindly ask that every Kenyan, let us not cross the Rubicon by burning our boots. Let us hold peace. Let us elect competent leaders, and we are going to live enjoying the fruits of our decisions. Thank you.